Guys, for today's video, we are going to review the Shimano Socorro 6000. So before we start, let me just announce some music because you guys know that I love I just love the on music. So this Shimano Socorro 6000, it is quite a huge reel. It is quite big. You can see that my hand is this size, right? The reel is almost the same size as my hands, and I have big hands. So if you are buying this for your child or someone who's maybe under 12 years old, I recommend please don't do it, man, because it is a heavy reel. It's about 448 grams, and it does take a bit of effort to hold on to this reel. And if you plan to do luring or freshwater fishing, right, please don't get this reel, man. Don't get this reel. Skip this completely, man. Skip this video completely. Turn it off. If you want to do saltwater fishing, baiting, pond fishing, right, this is a good reel because you just have to park the rod there and then just leave it there. Even for boat fishing, this is a great reel. Yeah. So let's look into the specs of the reel. In terms of line capacity, you can spool on 300 meters of PE3 line. So PE3 line is not thin, it's actually a bit thicker, and you can spool on a whole 300 meters. So you can see the line capacity is quite a lot. But if you look at my reel, I have already exhausted quite a bit of the capacity. It used to be right at the rim here, but when you do kayak fishing or boat fishing, there are a lot of snacks, and then sometimes you just have to cut the line, and that is how I lost a lot of the line on this reel. But and by the way, this line is a suffix 632 suffix 632 line, the braided line, right? Yeah, 30 pound. I've been using this line for I think a good 4 years, and I haven't changed it since. And back when I bought it, it used to be lime green. Now you look at the color, man, it's the same color as my t-shirt, which is not lime green anymore. It's more of like the dark green. Yeah. Of course, if you reach if you cast this far out, right, and you reach the end of the spool, right, of course it's still a bit lime green, but now not anymore, because I think I used up quite a lot of the line. And one thing I must say about this reel, is the cranking. It is so smooth. It is so freaking smooth. Even after about 4 years of using this reel, right, it is so freaking smooth. It's really like butter. You can see how fast it and it keeps spinning. And I have not serviced this reel a single time, not even once. And it can still spin so much, and in a very smooth manner. So let's go through the specifications of this reel. So the Shimano 6000 SW, I'm just reading from the website. So sorry, because I cannot remember all the specs. The retrieve is 83 cm per retrieve, 4 plus 1 ball bearings. I'm quite surprised. Only with 4 plus 1 ball bearings, and it's so freaking smooth, the reel. And like I said, the capacity I already mentioned already. And the gear ratio is quite low, 4.6 to 1. Yeah. Drag power is at 10 kilos. So that is freaking high, man, the drag. Is freaking high, man. So speaking about the drag has a very loud distinct sound. You can hear it, right? It's quite loud, and when it goes, right, it really goes. And this is I think about one third the braking strength of the line. But if I really up the drag all the way, right, which I can do it, the reel can't even move, man. Look at this. I can't even force it. Yeah, maybe I can force one click, but that's how strong you can set the drag. But if you want to do that, right, you better get some strong line, man. You better get like maybe 60 pound or 80 pound brake before you set such a strong drag. And there's no necessity actually, because in Singapore, I think you probably just need about maybe 5 to 6 kg drag. If you are experienced angler, like maybe 5 kg is enough already. Like I mentioned, the weight is 438 grams. It's actually around 440 grams. Yeah, around there. So 440 grams, right? it is heavier. It's really heavy. To demonstrate how heavy it is, right? This reel, this reel weighs as much as these two reels combined. My Surinoya reel and my Daiwa Revros. If I put them together, it's the same weight as this reel. That is how heavy it is, man. Look at this. That is how heavy this reel is. Yeah. So I mentioned the a bit of the upside and the downside of this reel. The downside is so freaking heavy, man. And but the upside is it is so smooth. The cranking is so smooth. The other upside is this power knob. Can you see this knob? It is very ergonomical. You can just hold it like this. I like to hold it like this when I fight big groupers at barrel length, 20 kilo groupers, right? I fight them with the Shimano Socorro, and when you fight the fish and you hold it like this when the fish is running, there's a lot of stability. You can see that the reel there's no give at all. Then you can bring it up or down. Yeah, so there's a lot of stability in this reel. It performs very well under high loading. That is one of the great points of this reel. When there's very high loading, right, this reel is so stable, right? It really keeps, it doesn't give at all. The bail arm doesn't give, yeah, at all. The bail arm is very stable, it's very strong. Yeah. You can see how it clicks into place. And the other thing I like about this reel is the design. It's so sleek, man. You have the Socorro here, you have the gold trimmings and the black. Gold and black, it really goes quite well. And at the end you can see the Shimano. And over here, they are talking about the Hagane gear. So let's go on to the more specific specs of this reel, which is the product technology. So I mentioned the Hagane gear, right? So it is using Shimano's precision cold forging technology. It compresses metal at room temperatures, involves no cutting to forge a high precision gear with micron accuracy, giving excellent precision and strength. So that is where the strength is from, from the Hagane gear. The X shape gives you smooth reeling under heavy load. So that is what I mentioned. So X shape is one of the technologies as well. Is awesome for Shimano reels. Under heavy loads, right? If you use a weaker reel, maybe like the maybe if you use a Shimano FX, if you use a Shimano FX, under the heavy load, you can feel that the bail arm is starting to give. You can feel that the handle is also starting to give a bit. So that is one of the bad points about it. But this reel, right, under the heavy loads, right, you can see I'm holding on to it and I'm trying to pull it apart. I cannot even pull this reel apart. It is so stable and so strong. So that is X shape. The ARC spool, it really helps with the casting, and it prevents backlashes and wind knots. I guess the ARC spool is the shape of this spool. You can see the shape of this spool is sort of optimized to prevent wind knots. And I'm proud to say, yes, I've done a lot of casting with this Shimano. Sometimes I bring it for things like shore jigging. I know it's a bit heavy, but I do try some shore jigging with this, and it has never wind knotted or backlashed on me. This reel, because of the way it's optimized, is able to cast very very smoothly, and there's a very nice sound, a very nice the sound when you cast is very nice. The other thing is the ARB, the anti-rust bearings. So that one really protects against salt water, and the very speed is okay, it's sort of something like helping you to cast better by achieving constant spool speed. And of course, it is saltwater ready as well. So this reel, I have abused it. I have dunked it in saltwater. I brought it out boat fishing, kayak fishing. I went to Barrelang in Indonesia. I did saltwater fishing there. It has been dunked in the water. It has been dunked many times, and it is still so smooth, man. And when I took apart the reel just a couple of days ago, I still see no defects. I think the only thing is maybe around here, maybe around here, there's a bit of slight corrosion here, and that's because when I put it boat fishing, right, when you're boat fishing, you put it on the rod. You put it on the rod like this. You put it on a rod, then you just leave it in the holder, and then the rod holder, right, it is exposed to the waves, so the water will splash against it. So when you go boat fishing, I recommend do not do that. Even though you it's the lazy way of doing things, you just put it there and then you can forget about it. Try to bring it in the boat. Yeah, try to bring it in the boat, hold it. I know it's a bit troublesome, but this will really protect your reel against corrosion. You will not regret in the years to come. And so, where can you get this reel? I put the link on Lazada down below. I recommend Lazada because you can get this reel for about 130 to $140. If you buy from the Singapore tackle shops, right, they will up price it to about 150, $160. So please don't do that, man. Get your Shimano Socorro today at Lazada or at Shopee or at AliExpress. That is the best place to get the Shimano Socorro at about $130. I bought this reel for $133 back in the day, like a few years ago when I started using this reel, and I have not regretted this reel ever since. It is a perfect boat fishing reel. It is perfect for things like pond fishing also. If you do a lot of heavy pond fishing, places like Farmway or even Auto, and I think it really shines in the kayak as well. Even in the kayak, and even though you need light gear for kayak fishing, right? This one it performs pretty well as well. Even though it is heavy, after a while you get used to it. Yeah, and don't forget the kayak also has the rod holder, right? So you can just put it in. So do expect the weight to weigh you down. You need to get used to it now. You need to build a lot of stamina in your forearms, your arm muscles for that. And for the drag, I recommend you set it somewhere like, but this is too low. Somewhere like this, yeah, this type of drag where you can just go smoothly, yeah. And then at this level of drag, right, I think even the 3-4 kilo fish have difficulty fighting you already with this level of drag. So here it is, the Shimano Socorro 6000. I'll show it to you again. Very sleek design, Hagane gear, and performs very well under high loading stress. So if you guys want to get your hands on the Shimano Socorro, hit up the links below. I'll give you certain links where you can just buy it online. Please don't buy it from the tackle shops because trust me, they are very expensive. They will sell you at $160, $150. It's really not worth the price. For the extra $30, you can get good set of sinkers, you can get rigs, you can get everything to get started boat fishing. So this is my recommendation for you. Get the Shimano Socorro today. So I've come to the end of the stream. I'll see you guys in the next one, and I hope you enjoyed this. There will be more tackle review to come. Cheers.